Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, today we are going to talk about the following skills of TOEFL preparation for the skill 8 about noun clause connectors or the subject. Okay, so if we talk about noun clause connector as a subject, so there must be connectors such as what, when, where, why, how, whether, if, and also that. So please pay attention about this one. So there is no subject after connectors. So that's the point. Because what? Because the noun clause relates to the subject itself. So take a look at for the first example for noun clause as object of verb. So the position of noun clause in the object. Okay, so take a look at this one. I know what happened yesterday. I know what happened yesterday. So we would like to find out the structure first. So the structure is just like this. I as a subject, know as a verb, and what happened yesterday is identified as object, which is followed with connectors. So the connectors what and followed with verb, okay, dependent verb, and also adverb. So the question is, remember that there is no subject in dependent clause, noun clause. So if we would like to figure out the structure of the sentence, subject, verb, it is object. Okay, it is object that consists of this. And if we would like to know about this one, so it could be, so the long one here, what happened yesterday, we could substitute them in with that. So it's just like this. To make it simple, I know that. So in that there is what happened yesterday. So for number 2, noun clause as an object of preposition. We are talking about what happened yesterday. It is the same structure with the previous one. We as a subject are thinking as a verb, about as a preposition, and this is object of preposition. Okay, so the same structure with the previous one. Connectors and verb happened yesterday as an adverb. So this one, we could identify this as a that, and we could substitute them in with that. So in simple language, it's just like this. We are thinking about that. So this is the point. So what about the third example? The company was prepared for blah 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 happened with the economy. So you have to identify which one is main verb, as well as what I have just mentioned before that. So this is the main verb. So this is the main verb. So this is the dependent verb. Okay, so what about this? So please identify which one is a main verb. So it is the main verb, was prepared. The company as a subject, was prepared as a verb, and this one as object of preposition. But the question is, which one is it? This or this? Or this? So remember, so you should have to find out which one is the connectors. Okay, whether it or it. Whether this or this. Okay, how can we use this? What about if we use this what? The company was prepared for what happened with the company. The same thing with that one. So to make it short, the company was prepared for that. Next we are going to talk about exercise 8, which is about noun clause connectors subject. So take a look at for the previous session that we still have the same pattern to do or to answer these kinds of exercise. So still remember that circle 1 for a subject, circle for verb twice. Okay, sorry, underline and also underline to twice for verb, and make a circle for the connectors. So take a look for number 1. It is correct. So the teacher heard who answered the question. So the teacher as a subject, heard as a verb, and so it is identified as connectors. Okay, and then followed with the verb, followed with the dependent verb. So the teacher heard who answered the questions. So we could say that it is noun clause. Why? Because we could substitute this with that. The teacher heard that. The teacher heard that. So that consists of connector, dependent clause for verb, and also object. So take a look at for number 2. For number 2, we have it is incorrect. Why? Subject, I don't understand as a verb, circle as a connector, it went wrong. Why it is incorrect? Because there is a subject here. So you still remember with the previous one, no subject for dependent clause in this kinds of clause. So we could omit this and the sentence would be correct. I don't understand what went wrong. I don't understand what went wrong. So you just omit this. So this word that makes it incorrect. So take a look at for number 3. Of the 3 movies, I can decide which is the best. Of the 3 movies, I can decide which is the best. So the question is it correct or incorrect? Subject, this one as a verb, this one is connector, followed with the verb. Is it correct? Yes, the sentence is correct. I can decide that. Remember, you can substitute this with that. I can decide that. Next, for number 4, she didn't remember who in her class. She didn't remember who in her class. Subject, okay, good. This one, did not remember as a verb. And this is a circle as a connector. Okay. And then it's supposed to be followed with still, okay, as a verb. But the question is, where is the verb here? So there's no verb here, right? So the sentence is incorrect. Incorrect. So it could be correct if there is a sentence, she didn't remember who was in her class. Why this was? Because it is past tense. Okay? Who was? You can add was here. Okay? And then for number 5, no one is sure what did it happen in front of the building. Okay, we could identify this as a subject. Okay, we could identify this as a verb. Okay, and followed with connectors. And still remember, after connectors, it should be followed with, okay, with a verb, dependent verb for noun clause. So is it correct or incorrect? But take a look at for the structure. Okay, so we could say that it is incorrect. Why? Because it should be no one is sure what happened. Okay, what happened in front of the building. Okay, so this incorrect. It's supposed to be no one is sure what happened in front of the building. Okay, number 6. we found out which was her favorite type of candy. We find out which was her favorite type of candy. So what about number 6? Is it correct? We find out, okay, we as a subject, as a verb, connectors, followed with, okay, dependent verb. Okay, so this is the main verb, so this is the dependent verb. So we could say that it is noun clause, and we could answer this one is a correct one. Why? We could change this. We could substitute this with that. We found that. Okay? Next, we go to number 7. Do you know what caused the plant to die? Do you know what caused the plant to die? So, subject as a verb, connectors, caused as a verb, dependent verb. Okay, follow with the verb. Do you know that? So the question is it correct? Yes, number 7 is correct. Number 8. So what about number 8? I'm not sure which. Still remember? Subject, verb, okay. Connectors. Oh, after connectors, so there is dependent, subject dependent. It, which it is. Okay, still remember for skill 8, so there is no subject after this one. So you have to use your intuition to identify or to figure out whether it is skill 7 or skills 8. I'm not sure that. Okay, so you omit this. It. You just omit it to make it correct. So it is incorrect. So what about number 9? We thought about who would be the best vice president. Okay, so we as a subject, as a verb, preposition, followed with connectors, followed with a verb. Yeah, so this is a verb, and to be, and is it correct? We thought about that. Okay, good. It is correct. The sentence is correct. So, number 10, she was what in, she saw what in the box in the closet. So, subject as a verb, main subject, main verb, followed with the connectors, and it's supposed to be followed with dependent verb. Where is the verb here? So there's no verb here. So it is, the sentence is incorrect. Why? Because there is no was. So to be supposed to be was. Why was? Because saw. Past tense. She saw what was in the box in the closet. So that's about the exercise 8. So I would like you to try to answer for the following exercise, skill 7 and 8. Okay, see you for the next video. Thank you.